Okay, so I'm gonna run through a few things that I do after I install a new Arch Linux. Let's just open Arch quickly. Right, so this is a clean install. The only thing I've installed was the background. Unfortunately, I've installed Brave already because I wanted to show you how to do that, but it's pretty much just one command. And then just sticky notes for my notes. Right, so I've officially made Arch my daily driver on my laptop. Now it still freezes, but that's a laptop driver issue with Linux itself. So it's an AMD laptop. Of all laptops, it's AMD. It's supposed to just work with Linux, but it's definitely a graphics driver issue because it freezes on Debian, Fedora, and now on Arch. But I'm just gonna work through that. Right, so the first thing with a new install on any distro is to update it. So let's just go to a terminal. On this one, it's called console. So I'm running KDE, obviously, KDE Plasma, because I hate GNOME. I actually tested GNOME to see if the desktop environment is the problem why it's freezing, but it was not. It was freezing on GNOME as well. It was freezing on Cinnamon and now on Plasma on KDE. So yeah, I don't know what it is. It's a mystery to me. It's just one of those things that's not gonna get fixed. Different password. Right, so this just updates your Arch, and then we're just gonna install a few applications like curl, rsync, wget, zip and unzip, nano, a few net tools, DNS tools, so a few network tools. Because let's just see if config. Yeah, see, I still use ifconfig now and then, so it's not installed on here, so it will sort that out for me. So you can just copy that command, but you can put in your own applications in there and install that. So let's run that. So it's actually good to put the needed in, because it won't, if you don't put the needed in, it will reinstall these applications if they're already on your system, which you don't really want. I think I've got, right, anyway, that's installed. So now the next thing to install is Yay. Now Yay is a AUR helper. So the AUR is obviously the Arch package manager, and Yay is a helper which makes just installing applications easier and faster. So it's good to have. Right, so this will pretty much build it out and install it. Let's see, is this done? Yeah. I'm not sure what's installed on this system. I think it's a clean install, but anyway, it doesn't matter. Alright, so yes, there. So we'll run through all of that. And then, obviously I have Brave already, but you can actually install Brave using Yay -sy brave -bin. Otherwise, it's just pacman -s brave bin, I think. Yeah. Password, please. Did I just kill the... Oh my god, really? Did I just kill my... How do you undo in this? Undo, yeah, undo. I just installed this notes actually. God damn it, I'm such a fucking idiot. No? Can we please undo everything? Oh my god, what? Jesus. Copy. Right, let's paste Brave in there and see what it does. It's obviously already installed, so it will probably skip it or reinstall it. Anyway, I'm not going to install it, so yeah, it gets to here and then you just say A for all and it will install Brave. So I'm just going to say N for none. Hopefully that will do it. So yeah, I'm not sure what that does actually. What does this do? I thought it will skip it. I can just control C out of there. So it's still working. Let's kill my Brave now. No, it's still good. Okay. Anyway, just say all. It will install Brave. Right, let's move on. Right, so another good thing to install is microcode. Let me just see if my... yeah. So microcode is a firmware update for your CPU. So it fixes bugs and security vulnerabilities. So it's a good thing to install actually. So if it's Intel, it's just Intel U code. AMD is AMD U code. So I'm AMD. So I'm just gonna install that. Well, you can check your vendor by running this command. I'll put a command in the description, I think. Authentic AMD, right? Copy that in. Install that. So yeah, pretty important, I would think. So then to run that at boot, just run these commands quickly. Okay, when that is finished, and then we're going to install Flatpak. Now you don't have to install Flatpak, but there's a lot of applications in there that's quite useful, where Flatpak actually runs everything in a sandboxed containerized environment. So if you install application in Flatpak, then it can't actually touch your system or any other application on your distro, on your OS. So it's nicely packaged in there, and say for some reason it gets infected, it can't escape that environment. So that's actually good. Another thing I've realized or seen is if you move the mouse pretty quickly, the pointer goes bigger. Is this just in KD Plasma? Or what? I mean, the more you do it, the bigger it gets. It will fill the whole screen. Oh no, look at this. And then if you stop, it goes back. Boink. I think if you don't know where your mouse pointer is, you just wiggle it and then, oh, there it is. Right. Crazy stuff. So let's install Pacman. Flatpak. Pacman. Right, so all that is installed. Just make sure now, paste that in Flatpak. Install that. And then build a repository or whatever it does there. Yeah, I think that. So if it doesn't exist, it builds it there. And then this command, pacman discover package kit, this will actually integrate with your discover, your GUI interface here. So what it will do, or supposed to do, is it will actually show all your Flatpak applications in here. Don't know if it will work. If it doesn't work, I don't care. So I don't really mind. Right, let's copy that. Oh, not in the search path, set by. Okay, I don't know what that error is. I'm not gonna be bothered. So let's see if that works. So this will integrate with the GUI. If you don't want to work in terminals so much. So I don't think it will work actually. You probably have to reboot. I think. Anyway, while that's going, the next step is trim SSD for performance. So you're installing the fstrim or fstrim timer, which will make your SSD drive work better, faster, and more efficiently. Alright, so let's copy that while that is running. Paste that in and install it. Alright, and then Reflector is the next one. So Reflector actually makes a list of the fastest mirrors in your country, and then put them in a list and then use the fastest one to download stuff. So that's pretty cool. So you can just change your country there, minus South Africa, and then the 12, it checks every 12 hours. You could make that bigger or smaller. You just say if it will, see if it will install. Right, yes. So you have to run this command. Obviously, I think just doing that is not going to do anything. Oh, look at that in the bottom. It actually worked. Because I know that if you don't run that, this will not show up here. So now you can just use your GUI to install stuff and see what's installed on your system. And you can read about it. It is installed, nothing found. Okay, well, whatever. Up to date, all applications. Yeah, so this was all blank. That's pretty cool. Anyway, so yeah, art is pretty limited. All this stuff comes by default, like say in something like Linux Mint. Let's do the reflector thing quickly. Okay, so it's gonna do that. And then another good thing to install is your firewall, because it's not installed by or set up by default. So I'm just gonna run this command. Right, so this basically installs, you have W IP tables, and then it sets two simple rules. Obviously, all blocks all incoming and allows all outgoing, and then enables it. Right, and then we're gonna run this command to run it at boot. So if you restart your system, it will actually run. Then we're gonna check the status. Okay, so let's just, well, Reflector is quite big. It's checking the mirrors now. What is it doing? Oh, it's rating them. So it's checking them now. Okay, it's done. Cool. So let's just clear this a bit. Clear. I can see what's going on. Install that. Wow, that was quick. Unresolved package conflicts detected. Failed to create transaction. Maybe it's installed. Let's see the status. Yeah, okay, it's not installed. Let's just run this first part. Oops, sudo. Right, so yeah, just sudo pacman -s ufw. So just do that. And then the rules. You can take out the rules here. Come on, what's going on? Allow outgoing. So we can set that up separately if it doesn't want to run the whole thing at once. So default admin policy change to allow. Okay, that actually took. And then let's enable this. What's with this notes? Just installed it. It's already fucking around. So sudo ufw enable. Okay, that looks like it enabled something. Right, and then run it at boot. So it's good to have a firewall, obviously. But I'm running pfSense on my network because I have a bunch of people, renters that is a bit risky. They click on everything, so I have to keep them separate with virtual LANs. So this firewall is a bit basic to do to pull that off. And yeah, I just run it on a laptop, pfSense. And that is that. Right, let's go. Let's see if it's running now. Copy, paste. There's some errors, isn't it? Status. So problem running IP tables. Okay, that's a bit of a problem, which I will sort out. And then another good application to have is if you break your Arch Linux, it's a good thing to actually have a backup and go back to that backup. Otherwise, you have to reinstall the whole thing. So the base one is obviously TimeShift, which comes by default with things like Linux Mint. But here you have to install it, which is fine. So yay, we're gonna use yay to do that. Installing TimeShift. Now I wonder why the goddamn firewall is not running. What is the problem here? IP tables. Where's the... Okay. So let's just check TimeShift quickly. There it is. So you can make a backup. A snapshot. So snapshot is running. TimeShift is the GUI part, I think, and then snapshot obviously runs underneath. It's actually doing the backup. And now it's not running. What's going on? What is going on? Right, let's just run the status again. Copy. So that error, and now I can't paste this out either. Let's see. Install, yeah, let's go to my old chat GPT. Expand. Right, so I can't paste from there. There's one thing with Arch. I just can't, I can paste in from the host, but not out. And I've installed everything. I've installed the Spice, VD agent, guest, Chemo, guest agents, everything, enabled everything, but nothing. It is frustrating to say the least. I mean, let's see. Preferences, I mean, shared clipboard is on. Everything is on, but doesn't want to. Okay, so you just have to sort that out. If you have the same error, just throw it in ChatGPT and it will sort it out for you. So yeah, I think the most important ones here is definitely the firewall, the firmware for your CPU. I mean, Yay is cool. Yay is cool to install. Flatpak if you want the applications to run in a sandbox environment. And then TimeShift. Those are the important ones. So this is basically, as it is here, the same setup I have on my laptop at the moment. Minus the cool background. I want this background. Right, furthermore, yeah, I don't have a problem with Arch. It's so smooth and it's nice. And it's running without a problem, especially with KDE. Except it freezes on my laptop, but that's a different issue. It doesn't freeze here. This is on my main box. Right, so if we go to settings, it's my dog theme. Yeah, but I have a video on my setup anyway, so this is just after a new install, a few things that you can do if you want to. Yes, good.